Hello everyone. Welcome to the Big Arabic Day 2019. I hope you enjoyed your Arabic dinner and thank you for coming to our event. A special thanks to those who drove to our campus in this weather just to be with us today. When I first arrived in Nebraska in 2008, some Nebraskan told me if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes, it's gonna change. So hopefully this is the last day of snow in this year. My name is Hassan Al-Mukrig. I'm from Qatif, Saudi Arabia. I graduated from the University of Nebraska at Omaha with a bachelor degree in international studies and a master degree in political science. I'm currently a Hasker PhD student in the Department of Political Science here at UNL. Again, welcome to the annual day of the Arabic Studies program. Every year, we meet with the students, faculty, and community friends of the Arabic Studies program to celebrate our student journey of learning Arabic. There are many achievements and our growing program. 2018 was especially rewarding. The Arabic Studies program welcomed Ahmed Hassan, who joined us from Egypt as a Fulbright teaching assistant. We continue working with the Big Ten Digital Islamic Curriculum desk. We had Sajjad Al-Hassan as our desk student intern. Yasin Rafisa, who created the amazing event flyer for today, continues to teach first year Arabic. And of course, Professor Abla Hassan shared one section of her culture course called Women in the Quran with Rutgers University in New Jersey through DISC, and shared another section with Nazwa University in Oman. This launched Nebraska Global Virtual Project, a new project that offers online virtual exchange opportunities with classrooms across the Middle East. The project was supported by Aspen Institute Stephen Initiative and the United States Department of State Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs. Many thanks to our event sponsors. We had a full day of events today. Today's long day included Arabic music and signing workshop and an Arabic calligraphy workshop. Many thanks to our sponsors, UNL Department of Modern Languages and Literatures, Department Chair Professor Patty Simpson, the Saudi Arabian Culture Mission to the United States, represented by the Saudi Student Club at UNL, and Middle East Learning and Culture Center. Many thanks to all who made this day possible. Ishaq Al-Tuqi, our program's Arabic calligrapher, Fatima Al-Matrushi, I hope I spelled it right. Okay. The event photographer, Michael Mason, our computer specialist, who speaks fluent Arabic. You do. Barina Gertson, the Old Father financial specialist, Mike Cam, and the wonderful UNL video taping team for their continuous supporting. Finally, the wonderful Arabic student team who volunteered today to help us. Anna Carmona Ponce and Madeline Marin, Maya Shan, Wafa Shanti, and last but not least, Nibras Al-Muwalli. First, let us start with Michael Mason and watch this PowerPoint that will show us 2018 in pictures. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Professor Abla Hassan, who will be moderate our next panel discussion and introduce the guest. Abla Hassan is an assistant professor of practice. She is a native speaker of Arabic. She teaches Arabic language and culture, and she is the program's undergraduate advisor. Her teaching and the research focus on Quranic studies, Islamic feminism, and Arabic studies. She published on Al-Manara, Geel Research Center, and e-logos and other peer review international journals. Please join me to welcome our panel.
I need the mic. It's on? Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us as every year, our precious guests, our students, our community guests, and everyone. Faculty, thank you for joining us. It's my honor to introduce my awesome panel today. And let me start by our campus guest, Professor Ibrahim Khalaili. Professor Ibrahim Khalaili is a Drake University Arabic professor. He is also the founder and the CEO of the Middle East Learning and Culture Center, the official distributor of Al-Lisan. And Al-Lisan, as my students know, is the book, the text, the Arabic textbook we use here at UNL. I'm introducing my big guest as a professor of Arabic himself, as a native speaker of Arabic, as the CEO of Al-Lisan. And to all these roles today, he's adding another role. He's joining us as a Santa Claus, as UNL Santa Claus, a late one, I would say, although it's still cold, because Professor Ibrahim will be sharing 10 textbooks. We're going to have a raffle at the end of the event, at the end of the panel. So stay around. Maybe you'll be lucky and you will get a free Arabic textbook. So good luck, everyone. Also, I'm honored to introduce Yassine Rafisa. Yassine is a graduate teaching assistant of Arabic language from Morocco. He is a doctoral student in teaching learning and teacher department, majored in language literacy and culture. Thank you for joining us, Yassine. Ahmed Hassan. Ahmed Hassan is a Fulbright teaching assistant from Egypt. He has a BA degree in simultaneous interpretation from the Faculty of Languages and Translation from a very well-known and prestigious university in the Middle East, from Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt. He's a Fulbright scholar teaching Arabic at the University of Nebraska now, and he is a certified English teacher in Egypt. Thank you for joining us, Ahmed. My dear student, Bibian Alvarado. Bibian is a second-year student of Arabic, majoring in political science and global studies. In addition, she's minoring in Arabic, human rights, and humanitarian affairs. Born in Mexico, she dominates both English and Spanish. Her passion for understanding others and realizing the needs of the community in Lincoln led her to wanting to learn a third language, Arabic. Bibian finds herself enjoying and learning from different cultures and traditions. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, Bibian. Let me start again. My first question from our campus guest, Professor Ibrahim. And let me tell you first the story of the question. So we've adopted Al-Lisan as the textbook we teach here for the 3 years we offer of Arabic. And that was 2 or 3 years ago when Professor Ibrahim emailed me as the CEO of Al-Lisan. I was already exhausted enough, tired enough of reviewing textbooks. Like any textbook, name it, I reviewed it. You should imagine me in my office. I had a huge pile of books that I kept asking the department to provide for me to review. Because as a native speaker of Arabic first, and as any teacher of Arabic, I want the best for my students. I'm so picky when it comes to my students. I was looking for a good book. And he sent me that email And there was something special in his email. He spoke not only as a CEO advertising for a product, he spoke as a teacher knowing exactly what I was looking for. And I still remember, instead of emailing him back in a professional one-line email, you know, as I was supposed to do, like send me the textbook so I can review, I sent him a weird half-page email. Tell me about it. I'm tired of looking for new books. He was generous enough. He provided me first a free access online to the textbooks, and then he sent me the whole series of 6 books, all of it together, or 8, 9. I lost the count. So by doing that, I was also able even to examine the quality of the pages, the papers, pictures, everything. And let me tell you something. After we adopted Lisan, this is one of the best things that happened to the Arabic program here at UNL. Like, so many good things keep happening to our program, but Lisan, adopting Lisan is for sure one of the best things that happened. And today I'm going to ask the other instructors as well to tell me about their own experience. So thank you so much for making such a great book available. And let me start by asking you, what makes Lisan that special? What do we as teachers look in our textbooks, which you were able to provide?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, there is a common belief that teachers who teach Arabic are funny. I am trying to break this trend for today, so let's see if that works. A Lisan curriculum is special in many ways to teachers and to students. Because of the way the Lisan is constructed, we have in a Lisan 4 different levels. Each level has 2 books. So we start actually from scratch, where people don't know any Arabic at all. And from the very beginning, it drops English in textbook. There's no English in textbook. That is a great, you can say that is a great thing about the book. And why do we need to drop English from the textbook? Because if you learn Arabic in English, you will always need English as you learn Arabic. It is like teaching German in Latin or any other language in a different language. That is not the case in a Lisan curriculum. In addition to that, we have an technology integrated in the system with online access to teachers, where they can show in the in TV or in projectors and interact with the students as they go with different exercises, along with a workbook that is only for level 1. For level 1, we have the Tamhidi level, which has level 1 and level 2, and then we have a workbook for that. This workbook comes very helpful tremendously to students, and by the time they finish this class, they will be surprised they are reading and writing Arabic along with other skills. So it is a lot easier for teachers to teach this, the language through this series. Another important factor that I'm sure Dr. Abla mentioned this or experienced this in firsthand. Teachers who are teaching the language, they work hard, especially in Arabic. They work hard to find material every class. So it is not about one class, it's not about 2, it is about the whole semester long. They work hard, a lot more hours than you can imagine, to get you that 1 hour that, when they teach you. And in this case, teachers will be really busy getting material rather than finding different ways to teach you where you can get the language much easier. So we are having a lot of responsibility in the teacher to find material and being an author themselves instead of doing the teaching what they're supposed to do. This Lisan actually saves them that time where they don't have to look a lot for the material, especially for the material that is going gradually from 0 to higher level of the language. And in this case, they will have enough time to do activities like today, for example, without worrying about what to give tomorrow. So these are some of the advantages of using this curriculum, and I hope you all are enjoying it as well with Dr. Hassan. Before I give her the mic back, I really, first of all, would like to thank the University of Nebraska at Lincoln for inviting me for this event, and I wanted to thank Dr. Abla for this great opportunity to talk about the Middle East Learning and Culture Center and the books that we distribute. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for accepting our invitation. It's our honor to have you here today. And my second question about the book will be to Yasin, or I will say, see Yasin. لبس عليك ياسين. ايش اخبارك؟ مزيان؟ So we're communicating in Moroccan Arabic now, right? You think I can survive in Morocco? Maybe one day, right? Maybe I can survive one day. So, but this is Darija Arabic, and this is not what you teach. Because Alisani speaks MSA, Modern Standard Arabic, and this is the pedagogical choice we made. So can you tell me more about it? Why do we, different people from different 22 Arab countries, when we decide what to teach, we teach MSA, Modern Standard Arabic. Now, while Modern Standard Arabic is the language of media, the language of news, even the language used in social media, this is the academic language taught in universities around the world, at the United States and in the Arab world, even by schools in the Arab world. The choice, why should we teach MSA, or when should I switch from MSA to a dialect or colloquial Arabic, might not sound that simple. For us, we see it as this is the right thing to be done. But for American students interested in Arabic, maybe we need more explanation, and probably you're the best to do that, since your doctoral specialization in addition to your teaching experience.
I'll try.
So tell me more, please, about MSA as the language of instruction here at UNL.
Thank you first for the invite. Let's adapt my verse first. Thank you so much for the invite. That's a good one. So we're talking about Arabic. Teaching Arabic is different from any other language, like teaching English or Spanish or French. Some of us may compare, but it's totally different. In Arabic, it has special status. There is the formal standard Arabic, and there are all these dialects. If we speak in our dialects, we'll speak differently. We will understand each other. They may not understand my dialect very much, but you did great in talking to me in Moroccan Arabic. So North African Arabic is different from Middle Eastern Arabic or Egyptian or Shami Arabic, because it's influenced by French and Spanish and Italian in Libya case. That's why it's a little different. In making decision about what to teach, there should be wise decision. Should we teach students standard, or because I am from Egypt, should I teach them Egypt? That's easier for me because they're gonna just communicate in my native language. I'm from Syria, should I teach them Syrian because it's easier for me? But it's a wise decision to teach and to learn standard Arabic, because it's the lingua franca that connects all these 22 countries that has Arabic as an official language. That's first. Second, the book is in standard, which thank you so much for the efforts to make this book and to put all these resources on this book and make it available for students and for teachers who want to teach the language here in the US, and for all non-native Arabic speakers who want to learn Arabic. So Arabic, as I said, has special status, which is so important. Standard Arabic is the lingua franca. But at certain level, students may want to shift to learning standard. Why? Because standard Arabic, to learn the dialects, one of the dialects, they may need to take choice later, to make a decision, to make a small, it's not small, a transition from standard after grasping the rules and mastering the written language, reading it, speaking it, then they may need a transition to a one of the dialects. Like Egyptian dialect is a big dialect, and every Arabic native speaker would understand and communicate with you if you say Izzayak, Alhamdulillah. If you say Izzayak, every person who speaks Arabic would say Alhamdulillah بخير إزيك or وانت تعامل إيه or عامل إيش. I'm speaking Egyptian dialect right now. بخير Alhamdulillah. So that's one thing. And the book made the right choice, and Dr. Abla made the right choice to choose standard Arabic. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you so much. And maybe we get, by the end of the panel, maybe more questions from you guys. And now the same question with a different dialect. منورنا النهارده يا أحمد. And this is Egyptian Arabic, but again, you don't use it as an instructor. Yep. And you're coming from a university, from Al-Azhar University, famous for, stressing not only Arabic language, but right pronunciation, like the Quranic language, right? So tell me more about that.
Firstly, I'd like to say thank you so much for having me today. And regarding the question, so it's my first time to talk in a mic. So how's my voice like? So regarding the question, actually, like why MSA, and about also like using the Quranic language, for me it was a very good experience and a new experience actually, and I was wondering always how am I going to perform in this role as a teacher, because I used to be an English teacher before. So it was, for me, I thought that it's gonna be an easy job, but actually it turned out to be something really big, just to speak as you should speak as an Arabic speaker. But actually the Egyptian accent or the Egyptian dialect affected that, because for me, I thought that, or I asked myself that question, why I don't teach the Egyptian dialect and that's it for me. But having this kind of conflict inside myself, I mean, I'm asking a question and then at the same time I am kind of confused, like you are confused, you're not knowing exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. So we have this dialect, which is my dialect, and then the strong Arabic, which is the one that I used to use or used to have in the college. And then the teaching role. So why all of that is happening? So when I first came here, I asked Dr. Abla about that, and she told me that the best way to teach is to use MSA. And I was partly, honestly, I was partly convinced, but I had to ask other people about that and how this could be in the future for me, like talking this or using this strong dialect or strong Arabic inside the classroom. But of course, after a while, I recognized the following. I recognized that MSA really is the best solution or the best way for people to learn. Why? Because as Dr. Abla mentioned, it is the way to speak, it is the way to read, it is the way to write, it is the way for somebody who wants to give a speech. It is the way or the path that for a person to use in newspapers, to use or in media in general, to understand, to use in the professional life in general. That is why, like, I was convinced that this is really the best way, and I've seen that when I came to apply this in the class. Now my students, I guess, they can read and they can write and they can speak. Kind of, they can communicate. But imagine if that was in the dialect, they only can speak, but they can't write, they can't read, they can't communicate academically. So this is the like my analogy for this. I mean, the difference between the MSA and how it worked with me. After a while, I recognized that, so I tried to be not reflecting only the strong Quranic language, but only reflecting the culture with that. Because when you say it's Quranic and this is the Arabic which called al-Fusha, so that means you are not reflecting Egypt, or you're not talking about Egypt, you're not talking about Morocco, you're also talking about the Islamic point of view that people might have about it. So I have to really perform. So like this responsibility came to me after that. So it's a really big thing. I'm not trying just to make it bigger, but I'm just showing that it's a really big thing, and MSA is really worth it. So we have really to care about it more than caring about our dialects, and that's it. Because I'm gonna give you only the Egyptian style, and I'm not going also to give you the Moroccan one. No, I'm gonna focus on one aspect and forget the others. So the best way, excuse me, the best way is to teach MSA that has all of that to unify everything when it comes to the Arabic language. I hope that was clear, because I thought that I, went off.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience with us teaching MSA and your accurate analysis about MSA as the language that can allow you communicate by using all skills of language and not just speaking. It's a language of writing, it's a language of speaking, a language, it's used even in calligraphy. Today we had an Arabic calligraphy workshop, so it's even, the language like Muslim artists during the history used to document the Islamic history. And now to Bibian, my brilliant student. كيف حالك يا بيبيان؟
الحمد لله.
شكرا لحضورك معنا.
العفو. عسودني تربية الدعوة.
شكرا لك. And let me end with Bibian with the same question I started with Professor Ibrahim. I asked Professor Ibrahim, what do we look for in textbooks as teachers? And the answer can't be complete without hearing from our students, because what we look for is, in the first place, is what are our students really looking for. So tell me about your experience learning Arabic at UNL. Tell me about your experience using al-lisan. If you have any suggestions to Professor Ibrahim, it's the right time to do that. Please, Bibian.
Well, I'll say thank you for inviting me to be here, and respectfully, I would like to answer your question. So, I did not know any Arabic, like anything, not even the alphabet, nothing at all. So with the book, it was really amazing how I read the language in a month. Like it was really I saw the difference when I learned from this book, and the pronunciation and the vowels and everything that was on it. At the beginning, we didn't know how this was gonna end up. Everyone was looking at each other like, what is going on? We don't know how to pronounce this. So we found a way about pronouncing it, at least me. I would listen to the teacher or the CD, and I would write down the pronunciations, and I would write down also the translation. So that stuck in my head all the time, and I still do that. I still do that without the pronunciation now. So I took that off, and I just translated the language, the texts, and that's how it's been able to help me. One of the suggestions that I would like to give is, I know I was an ELL student. For those who don't know, it's an English language learners, or ESL, English as a second language. I was one of them when I came here to the U.S., not speaking any English either. So this is like the second time that I'm what ASL, let's call it. And so, yeah, ASL. And one of the things that I would like to suggest is videos that we can look at the culture. I know sometimes when approaching to someone in a different culture is really intimidating. You don't know how to approach to someone, and that has happened to me a lot. When I try to say hi, then it's just like, well, I don't know how to say hi, but but that would be one of my suggestions. Another one of my suggestions would be having, how would I say this? More interactive activities where the students could go online and can't use that every day. They can just pull it out on the computer and just use that for fun and to learn the language.
So they can quiz themselves even
Yes.
at home.
Yes. And does that answer your questions?
Awesome, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bibian. So I'll get more questions from the audience interested in learning Arabic and best strategies to learn Arabic. But let me end by asking my panelists. I have a panel of either brilliant teachers of Arabic or brilliant students of Arabic. So if I ask you to share one secret, one advice in one sentence for people like to learn Arabic, what is the advice? What is the best advice you can give for an accelerated experience of learning Arabic?
Thank you very much. This is a tough question for one sentence, it's hard to think of just one, but if I would advise you with one thing, and only one thing, don't learn Arabic in English. Learn Arabic, write the letters down. If you, may I just tell them more about the, if you learn the letter ba, and you know how ba looks like, and you know how to pronounce the letter ba, you don't have to put the English letter B there. Just pronounce the ba, okay? So it is, that will take you to start being able to pronounce anything you read. So transliteration is a no-no. Thank you.
Thank you for the advice. Yassine.
Tough question. Right. I would say, my voice again. I would say that use like childlike mood when learning languages. Be curious. The little kid is not afraid to fall to learn how to walk. Fall and fall and fall and fall, and they learn how to walk. And they make a lot of mistakes, then they know how to speak later. So it's it's more than one sentence, sorry. But yeah. I tried to make it in very brief sentence, but I could not. Yes, use a childlike mood to learn a language. Be so curious about language and learning new things about it. And never be afraid to make mistakes. Make as many mistakes as you can in language. I made tons of mistakes when I started speaking right now today. I know, but that's the way I speak. No one is perfect, right? That's it.
I would think in 3 words. Like the first one is immersion, the second one is repetition, and the third one is participation. Immersion is like to be really immersed and fully immersed in the language on a daily basis. The second one is immersion, and then repetition. So repeat. That is enough. Okay, and then the last one is participation. So when it comes to the classroom or any conversation that is, in that language, of course, go for it. Go participate. Talk with the person, whatever. Yeah, that's it. Hope that answers.
In my opinion, I know it has worked for me. Listening to music, I'm really good at memorizing songs, even though I don't know what they say. I've memorized a bunch of songs that I don't know what they say, and I play them almost every day when I'm cleaning, when I'm cooking, when I'm doing something. And that has helped me memorize a lot of this stuff, and that has helped me understand when someone is speaking. So if I hear someone and if they say a word, then you automatically have a context of what they're talking about. Also, Netflix could work. I've been watching Netflix series where they speak Arabic and they have the subtitles, and you're able to pick up other dialects too, which I think it's amazing to do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And with this, I'm opening the floor for questions, and stay around for the raffle. We're gonna ask our guests to pick the winning numbers. But first, questions, and Hassan will take the questions from audience.